What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Stefon Diggs. Stefon Diggs is in a legal situation with a woman by the name of Mulan Hernandez. Now, I've spoken about Mulan Hernandez before. She dated Bao Bao, the son of Manute Bao, who's, by the way, he's playing really well in the NBA since he distanced himself from her. But anyway, I spoke about them a couple different times, and I also made mention of the fact that she had a situationship with Stefon back then. Now, I was under the impression a little while back that she was dealing with Kevin Gates. I guess not, because apparently Stefon Diggs has admitted that they had been in a casual relationship for months. Okay. I don't know what it is about Stefon Diggs and these Latinas, but him and his brother, they love some Latinas and they always are in some sort of situation. I recently spoke about his brother, Trevon Diggs's baby mama, Yasmin Lopez, and now you have Mulan Hernandez, who's upset. And he says that she came back after a night of partying, wanting to fuss and argue. And when he did not want to deal with her, she ended up putting her hands on him. He left the apartment that she came into after a night of partying, and she was angry at him and destroyed his property. And she said that she had been extorting him. But apparently Mulan is saying no. He put hands on her. It's just a lot of craziness. This is why you need to stop dealing with these BBL'd heifers, because these heifers do not care about your career. They care about your money, but they don't care about your career. Now, the interesting thing is that Stefon Diggs was recently seen out with Cardi B. Y'all remember Cardi B? There was rumors that he was messing around with Cardi B, and then you see them together, right? I think the whole thing is a way for Cardi B to get Offset jealous, but he's hanging around Cardi B. Maybe that's what she's upset about. But Stefon, you might want to leave these Latinas alone, because these heifers do not respect you. You NFL players, you NBA players, they don't respect y'all. Y'all are money to them. That's it. And when you're giving your attention to another Latina, they're going to feel some type of way. I don't know what y'all don't get about this. And also, it looks like she had access to his apartment. I don't know if he let her in, but for her to come there to his place to be arguing with him, one of the worst things he probably did was move. Well, when he got traded to Houston, I believe she may have already been living in Houston. And I told y'all, they dealt with each other before. I remember she dated Bao Bao, right? I think they dealt with each other before then. But I believe she may have relocated to Houston, but she's living in Houston right now. And he gets traded there last season. That was a recipe for disaster. There's too many Latinas. There's just too much BBL going on in Houston. I don't know how he was going to be able to manage. And now you have this situation with this heifer who is trying to ruin your careers. Dude, listen, I don't know how many videos I got to make. By the way, these videos do very well because we all know that these guys are making a huge mistake. And people love to see you dudes crash and burn because you keep making these mistakes with these Latinas, especially the American Latinas. Let's keep it. I'm talking about the Americanized Latinas. This rabbit hole goes deep. And we're going to get into the commentary because you brothers are you're dumb. And again, I have nothing against Stefon Diggs. I mean, he's been caught up in some weird things, but you brothers are dumb. You're dumb. This is loser mentality. You've been in the NFL how many years? Why are you still dealing with the Mulan Hernandez of the world? This chick is She's a get around. She gets around with all these different people. Why are you dealing with her? You're in Houston, Texas. Ain't enough Latina, ain't other Latinas you can deal with. You're dealing with this heifer off and on. Let's get into it. Now I'm gonna get into this first article from TMZ. It says NFL superstar Stefon Diggs just filed a lawsuit against a former fling, accusing her of assaulting him, threatening to torpedo his career, and attempting to extort millions of dollars out of him. Again, stop making these dumb decisions. This heifer didn't just act like this, out of nowhere. She's been acting like this. I told y'all about Yasmin Lopez and how she's been acting towards her other baby father, not even towards Stefon Diggs' brother, but her other baby father. The Houston, Texas wide receiver filed the papers this week claiming model and TV personality Mulan Hernandez, who he had a casual relationship with for months, showed up at his apartment around 6 a.m. on June 7th of 2024 after a night of partying and proceeded to aggressively berate him. Diggs states Hernandez entered in his gaming room and ignored his instructions to leave. And despite his attempts to defuse the situation, she continued to go off on him. Eventually, Diggs says Hernandez shifted her focus to his possessions, destroying an expensive PC, a $130,000 watch, and even tossing his phone in the toilet for good measure. Because she tired of you texting and talking to those other Latinas. She don't want you talking to those. Listen. She probably, now again, this was probably before we found out, because we knew that, or we were told that Cardi B was cheating months before this incident. Didn't know with who, right? Offset put it out there. Apparently she had been talking to Stefon Diggs. Now maybe Mulan found out about it, and that's why she went to his apartment that night to confront him. Maybe she knew before anybody else did publicly. Y'all know these people run in the same circles. They know everything that goes on, right? Or some of the other Latinas or women he's been connected to. This is why you don't give these women access to your place, man. If she's there, listen, because she didn't just show up mad. Y'all had to have been texting and talking on the phone. He might have hung up on her. She got in her feelings and went over there. You should have never opened your door to her. You should have called the police. Okay? Don't open your door for these belligerent heifers. Just don't deal with them. Diggs claims she also punched him in the chest several times and said, "You won't be playing this year," which he took as a threat on his pro career. Of course, whenever you're dealing with a BBL'd heifer, you're putting your career at risk. He eventually left the home after Hernandez refused to leave. Diggs says he proceeded to distance himself from Hernandez following the incident, and after several failed attempts to connect, she allegedly resorted to an extortion attempt with the help of her friend Brianna Mack, who was also present at his home during the altercation. I wonder, does he have cameras in his home? See, if he has cameras in his apartment, this would be easily proven. The suit states that Hernandez initially visited a hospital in the evening of June 7th for nausea and vomiting after falling due to a wet kitchen floor. But on June 14th, she went to a different provider and claimed she had similar symptoms after being punched in the back of the head with a closed fist. Diggs adamantly denies ever hitting Hernandez and says any physical contact was out of self-defense. That to me tells me that he might have retaliated. I'm not saying he did, but that line there tells me he may have done something. And we just don't know exactly what. He also says he had no contact with her leading up to the second doctor visit. Diggs claims Hernandez and Mack have since tried to extort him for millions, and he's hoping the suit puts an end to the madness. The only way it does that is if you had cameras at your apartment. If you had cameras in there, Or she can, if there were x-rays done, it would be easily to prove, because Diggs might be slight of size, but I'm pretty sure he's strong. To be a wide receiver, you have to have strong hands. So if he punches her, she's probably going to get knocked out, especially in the back of the head, which means that she would have her back turned to him, right? That would do some damage. And she would have to prove that he did that a closed fist did that. But what could have happened, right? Maybe she threw a drink or something at him and the floor got slippery. Let's say they're in the kitchen and she was punching him and he may have pushed her. I'm not saying this happened, but he may have pushed her off of him and she slipped and fell on the floor. That can be explained, right? I'm not saying that happened, but according to this article, she said that, she fell on a kitchen floor. Because a lot of times when you're mad, you're not really paying attention to your surroundings and the things that you're doing, and you could lose your footing very easily. He's suing both women for trespass, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and assisting or encouraging, aiding and abetting, and conspiracy. Is also suing Hernandez for assault and conversion. Diggs is seeking monetary relief of over $250,000, but no more than $1 million. As for his personal life, Diggs appears to have moved on with Cardi B as the two spent Valentine's Day together earlier this month. Man, listen, his love of Latinas is going to get him caught up. Listen, we don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm not about to sit here and act like I do, but what I do know is this. You black men need to get over this obsession with BBL'd Latinas, because I'm seeing all these stories. Every time I look around, there's a pro athlete dealing with something with some Latina. These women don't respect y'all. Y'all are just money to them. Y'all are money and clout. I don't know what y'all don't get about that. Look at what Travis Hunter had to go through. Now, he may remain in a relationship with that particular woman, but let's see what happens a year from now when he's in the NFL officially and she's running around in those circles. We'll see. But Mulan is nothing more than a cleat chaser. You go to her Instagram, she's wearing the Houston Rockets uniform. She's on the basketball court. She's basically putting it out there that she's a groupie for athletes. And a lot of you guys be falling into the trap dealing with these particular females who have absolutely no respect for you. You're just a check. You dudes are just a check. I just hope you understand this, because you put your career on the line when you allow her into your home. He said they trespassed, but did they break in or did you let them in? Why are you in a relationship with this particular chick? She's an OnlyFans chick. She's been dealing with all these different people, athletes or rappers, and you are deciding to deal with this person and you're putting your own career at risks. She don't really have to do much. You're putting your own career at risk by dealing with her. Because I'm pretty sure this ain't the only time she's been belligerent and angry towards you. And I'm not saying that Stefon Diggs is an angel. We know the situation he got caught up in with the male designer. We've seen what happened in that situation. You brothers got to get over your weakness for Latinas, especially Americanized Latinas. These women have no respect for you. And y'all are out here putting everything that you've worked for at risk over some mid-Latina. I'm speaking in general, not towards you, Mulan. I'm speaking in general. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram. Check out all the other videos on the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right?